Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. On behalf of Center for Peace and Global Studies, I welcome you again to our 25th monthly lecture. Our guest speaker today is from Qatar, Dr. Muhammad Nismy Rafiudeen. He will be speaking to us on Lead Your Time. A short introduction to Dr. Muhammad. He is a human resource development strategist, and his primary interest is skills development and training. He is the CEO of LM Global Consultancy in Qatar. He holds a PhD in educational management from University Malaya, Malaysia. He is also an elite lecturer at the same university. Before I invite our speaker, let me inform our viewers that our lecture is being live cast on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Our Facebook page is www.facebook.com/globalcenterpeace, and our YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/@globalcenterpeace. During the lecture, if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat window, and I can read them out to our speaker during the Q&A session. If you want to ask the questions by yourself, you can raise your hands during the QA session, and we shall give you a chance to speak, time permitting. Now, without further ado, I would like to request Dr. Rafiudeen to speak to us. Please welcome him. Sir, the floor is yours.
Jazakumullah khairan, brother. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونصلي على رسول الكريم. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. First of all, thank you for this great opportunity, Brother Hassan Malik, Center for Peace and Global Studies. And I welcome all the participants, those who are interested, to improve personally, to become better Muslim, better citizen, better human. Welcome you all. So today we will discuss on the subject of lead your time. Lead your time. So this lesson will be interactive session, inshallah. So you can communicate with us through chat box. I will ask questions. I expect from you to reply them. So how much you are involved in the subject, that much you learn, inshallah. Right? Okay. So welcome, Lead Your Time training program. Some brief instructions, guidelines about the program. Keep open your learning window. The time management, time is basically very popular, topic. Everyone knows about this, but still there you may have certain things still you need to learn. So keep open your learning window, right? Inshallah. Then you may come up with new ideas and thoughts. So while I present, while you see the slides, you may have your own idea, thoughts. So really speaking, these are the learning points rather than whatever I talk, whatever you see in the slides. So whatever comes to your mind are the learning points. So take notes and make notes. So these are the simple instruction to make this program more meaningful for you, inshallah. Okay. Right. So we have some questions to be answered in this program. What is time? Why is it important for you to learn about time? Why do while some people lead their time, many people struggle with their time? How to gain the maximum output from your time? So these are the questions, inshallah, I will discuss. This program is we need around half-day program, but I'd like to give you an overview. Definitely you will learn a lot, inshallah. So be prepared. Okay. This is myself. Already brother introduced myself. Okay, I have a background of engineering and my PhD is on talent identification methodology. So I worked in multinational companies, so that I have some background, some experiences about time, and it's important. So I would like to share them with you, inshallah. Okay. This is my ambition, producing right and righteous leaders. So I hope this program will be helpful for me to, to bring myself towards this ambition, inshallah. Right. To connect with me, you can connect with me through LinkedIn. This is the QR code, or you can search my name in LinkedIn so that we can connect and share whatever I update in my LinkedIn page. You can get information, whatever I share in the LinkedIn, inshallah. Right. Lead your time. Now, how many of you heard about this topic before today? Time management is the popular topic. So, time leadership. How many of you heard about this? You are free to write in the chat box your opinions, your ideas, inshallah. How many of you? If you have heard, you put yes, otherwise, you can put no. How many of you heard about this topic? Time leadership or lead your time? Okay, good. Omar, he says yes. You heard about this. Very good. MashaAllah, you are conducting a workshop on this. Very good. Excellent. So now we know that time is gold or time is money. This is the popular statement normally when you talk about time management. But I say time is life. It is not gold, it is not money, it is life, right? From your date of birth to date of death. It is a life, it is a time. So time is not only measured by minutes and hours, it is measured by months and years, right? How old are you? Mean what? It is about your time. How many years you lived? It is about your time. So time is life. So we are talking about time leaders. So time leaders, those who lead time make history. So I mentioned here those who lead time, not manage time, right? Those who lead time make history. So they believe that time is worth more than money. Time is worth more than money. Okay, for them, the value of the time cannot be measured by money. Money is not an indicator to measure the value of time. Okay, we will discuss that, inshallah. So, from the beginning, we need to set our mind that the time is not money, time is not gold, it is our life. It is more than money and gold. Okay, so that is one of the key points I should emphasize here. Okay. I would like to classify the whole population into three groups, right? So one of the group I mentioned, I label them as time consumers. The second group is time managers. Third one is time leaders. Okay, so there are time consumers, time leaders, time managers. Inshallah, end of this program, you will know about yourself. Where are you now? And what you have to do to become time leaders, inshallah. Okay, right. I have a video clip I will share with you, but I think I had to put the sound as well. Wait a second, I will again uh, show this, inshallah. Uh, I have to select the sound option, isn't it?
Yeah, when you share on the right, there will be two check boxes options. Share your sound.
Yes. Mm, sound option. Uh-huh. Do you hear the sound?
Not yet.
No, okay. I think sound is not playing here. Okay. It's okay. It's a small clip. Just I will show you.
No sound.
It's okay. I will explain that, inshallah. Okay, it's okay. I will explain that, inshallah. So we classify the population into three groups. Okay, one of them I mentioned time consumers. I think you remember that, right? Time consumers. The second one, time managers. The third one, time leaders, right? So we have this classification. So by seeing the picture, you can understand that the number of time leaders are comparably less. Okay, but they are the people they lead wherever they are. So they're at the center of the circle, the population. Okay. So if we put the diagram in a like a pyramid, so here we have time consumers, who they are. Do not value the worth of time. They just consume the time, right? So just uses time reactively and inefficiently. So these are the time consumers. Time managers work with deadlines and schedules, organizes and balances tasks efficiently. The time leaders are driven by meaningful ambition, proactively plans and directs time strategically, right? So here I have highlighted meaningful ambition. This is the keyword. We will discuss that inshallah soon. Before that, I just give some idea about these three groups. Okay, so time consumers, the indications are they are reactive, then distracted, inefficient. Okay, so for them, they are not organized. They don't have a direction. They just move their life. Whatever comes, they do that. Okay, so they don't have a plan. They react to whatever comes in front of them. They are distracted by many things and inefficient in terms of using the resources, especially time. Time managers, they are organized. That means they have list of things to do and they know the time limitations. So what they do, they organize the activities such a way to implement the things within the time frame. So they are organized and they are efficient because since they know the limitation of the time, they always try to minimize the wastages, maximize the output. So they are efficient in terms of time. Then they are balanced. They are not extreme. Okay. So they are balanced in their everything. So they try to work within the deadline, complete the task. So that's how they work. Okay. Now, who are the time leaders? They are driven by meaningful ambition. Because of that, they are strategic. What do you mean by strategic? What is that? What do you mean by strategic? Strategic mean what? You may type in the chat box, please, your opinion. The plan, okay. Tahir Naim says they plan, okay. Not only they plan like short term, they have something in their mind about long terms, okay, right. And then they are visionary and proactive. Visionary in the sense, as I mentioned, they work a goal, a long-term goal in their mind. Okay, very good. Long-term plans. Then they are proactive. They are not reactive. Reactive means what? Once something happen, you take some action, isn't it? That is reactive. But proactive people, what they do, they foresee what kind of things could happen. They assess the risk and they plan accordingly. So they take some actions to avoid, to prevent the issues in future. So they are proactive. So these are some indicators of time leaders. Okay, at this stage, just you can review yourself and make an understanding about yourself that in which group I am belongs to. Am I a time consumer or time manager or time leader? But we will discuss in detail so that you can have a better assessment at the end, inshallah. Okay, right. Now, the key word is ambition, isn't it? Meaningful ambition. What do you mean by ambition? What is that? What do you mean by ambition? Please let me know your idea. Ambition, what is that? Goals, okay. Intention, mission. Dr. Jamal says it is mission. Tahir Naim says intention. Then Sumaira says aim, okay. Life goal, strong desire. Excellent, okay. Right, you know that, mashallah. Normally, there is a misunderstanding about ambition. We know that it is something about your future, isn't it? But it is not a job title. It is a work. It is a role. Now, for example, one person says, I want to become an English teacher. Another person says, I want to teach English. What is ambition? Which one is ambition? First one says, I want to become an English teacher. Second one says, I want to teach English. What is your opinion? First one? Okay. So you think first one has ambition, isn't it? What about second one? Right. According to my opinion, second one is the ambition. First one is talking about a job title. I want to become an English teacher. So if he or she become a teacher, only he or she will teach English. Second one says, I want to teach English. Whether become a teacher or not, he or she will teach English. So her ambition is what? To teach English, to help people to improve their language skills. So ambition is always go along with value, right? To add value on others. If you say, I want to become an English teacher, or I want to become a medical doctor, I want to become an engineer, it is a position. It goes always with what? Monetary benefit, right? So if I become an engineer, I can earn this much. It comes to your mind. It is not wrong, okay? It is not wrong, but the way you express your ambition, the way you understand, the way you put in your mind may bring negative consequences all the time. So you have to say the right term. For example, I want to become a scientist in the area of healthcare. Another person says, I want to improve the healthcare with new discoveries. So, what is ambition? First one or second one? Second one. Why? Because it is a value addition to the humanity, isn't it? So, ambition is very clear, I believe. Okay, now let's talk about what is meaningful ambition. What is the difference? What is meaningful ambition? So, I am showing a tree here. That means it is a natural concept. It is not something discovered by myself or somebody else. It is a natural concept. It comes from Almighty Allah, right? So meaningful ambition is, I will explain you with a simple analogy. Say you have a mango seed and you ask the mango seed, what is your ambition? What it would say, a mango seed, my ambition is to become a mango tree and produce mango fruits, isn't it? I want to produce mango fruits. I want to help people to have my fruits. Excellent. One of the mango seeds says, I want to become an orange tree and produce orange fruits. What do you think? Is it meaningful or meaningless? Meaningless. Why? Because the mango seed doesn't have the potential to become an orange tree and produce orange fruits. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't design the mango seeds to produce orange fruits or apple or anything else. It has been designed by Almighty to produce mango fruits, isn't it? That means the potential within the mango seed doesn't allow to become an orange tree or orange fruits. So the meaningful ambition of the mango seed is what? Becoming a mango tree and produce mango fruits, right? So what is the definition? An ambition that is aligned with the potential you brought from your birth. That is naturally whatever you have. If it is aligned, it is meaningful ambition. So one student says that I want to become, I want to discover new things in healthcare industry. Okay, it is a good ambition, but to become a meaningful ambition, you need to ask, what is the potential you have aligned with that ambition? If he or she has natural potential to support that ambition is a meaningful ambition. Otherwise, it is a meaningless ambition or less meaningful ambition. Right? Excellent. I believe this is clear, isn't it? Okay. So I mentioned that time leader is the one who is driven by meaningful ambition, not an ambition, meaningful ambition. That's why we find a less number of people in whole community are become time leaders, because luckily they found their meaningful ambition so that they are driving their life with meaningful contributions. So they become time leaders. So you cannot dream to become a time leader by having wishful ambitions. Okay, you must have meaningful ambition. That is the challenge you have now. It is not part of this session, it is another program. Just I am giving you some idea. Now you have to explore yourself. What is my meaningful ambition? It is your homework. Not only homework, it is a life work. Until you discover your meaningful ambition, you don't have a meaningful life. Okay? Right. I believe you understood. Now I will show you some special features of a time leaders. Okay? I mentioned that time leaders are driven by meaningful ambition. So because of this statement, you will find some special features with time leaders. For example, they believe time is worth more than money. Already I mentioned that. Because they believe that time cannot be valued by anything, right? It is depend on the power of your ambition. If your ambition is little one, your worth of your time also little. If your ambition is very big, huge, the value of your time will become huge. So it is, you cannot measure. So believe time is worth more than money. They visualize the complete tasks and focus on achieving them. So whenever they do something, they focus on everything from start to end. Not only the task, and they think about what I expect from this task. So they have the full picture. So that's why they are more efficient and proactive, right? For example, whenever they start a work, they also think, okay, how this task could go wrong. What are the potential risks? So they think proactively. So they have the comprehensive idea about whatever they do. There is another special feature of time leaders. They concern about the quality of the work, not the quantity of the work. Quality of the work. What do you mean by quality? Quality, by definition, it is about a satisfaction of the end users. So, for example, if you are doing a work, you should focus on what the customer, what the client, what the person who requested to do expect from you. So you focus on that. That is quality, not about number of things you do. Okay. So they concern about quality of the work. They work on priorities. Whenever they have more than one activity, they prioritize them by using some criteria. You know, so they prioritize them. What should be number one, two, three, four, five? They organize everything accordingly. They convert the challenges into great opportunities. Challenges are part of our life. Okay. If you see challenges as problem, then you will stop. You will stuck there. But if you see challenges as an opportunity, you will move ahead. For example, say you are climbing a staircase. Each and every step is a challenge, isn't it? So if you see one step of the staircase is a challenge, a problem for you, you will not move upward. But if you lift your leg and go forward, then each and every challenge, each and every step will bring you upward, right? That means it become opportunity. Then ability to navigate during crisis. This is another special feature of time leaders. So whenever they are inside the crisis, they always find the ways to move forward. Okay. Now, so these are some of the features. So by practicing these features, you will not become a time leader, right? If you want to become a time leader, what you have to do? You must have a meaningful ambition for your life, for your career. Then these features will automatically emerge from you. So that is the idea. Okay. So now when you read the biography of successful people in the history, you can observe these kind of features in their life. Okay, let's move, inshallah. You cannot control your time. How many of you agree with me? You cannot control your time. By removing the battery of your clock or holding the needle of the clock, you cannot control your time, isn't it? What we can do? That is the answer. Yeah, at time emergency may arise. Okay, so what we can do now? You cannot control your time. Then what you can do with your time? But you can control yourself to get the most out of your time. So you had to work within you, not with the clock, not with the batteries. Okay, we have to work within ourselves such a way how I can get the maximum out of the available time. Now, if you go through some of the historical personalities, you can notice that they lived, for example, 30 years or 40 years, but they have done the worth of 100 years. Some scholars, they have written books, hundreds of books, but they lived 35 years, 40 years. Some people, they brought big revolution in the world, but they lived only 50 years. How it was possible? Because they manage within themselves. Okay. So they work within themselves to get the maximum out of the available time. Time is kind of resource. For example, you have, say, you have a number of rupees, okay, some thousands of rupees. It is a resource, right? We have some other things, some skills. It's a resource. Same like that, time is a resource, right? Okay. So you cannot control your time, but you can control yourself to get the most out of your time. Time is same for all, right? You might be a student or a mother or a military person or a farmer, a scientist or a professor or a medical doctor, name it, anyone. Time is same for all. Every day you have 24 hours. Every hour has 60 minutes. Every minute has 60 seconds, isn't it? So normally all the professionals, they work 8 hours per day. So time is same for all. Then what is different? What is different? Time is same for all, but the outcome is not same. So depend on the profession, they may have different objectives, different purpose, different working environment. So all those factors give them different motivation, right? Accordingly, their deliverable may differ, right? For example, for a student, while they are preparing for examination, say next week is exam, then for them time is more valuable than 6 months before, right? A mother, if she has a small baby, her concentration attention is more than if she has a son with 10 years old or daughter with 15 years old, isn't it? It is different. A professor or scientist, while they are reading book, the value of time is different compared to while they are doing research, isn't it? A military person, while they are practicing, the value of time is different compared to while they are involved in a battlefield. Okay, medical doctor, while they treat a patient is different compared to while they are in surgery room. So it is about what they do. Okay, so time is same for all, but outcome is not same. So here the thing is, person to person, the value of time is differ. Within the person itself, depend on their work, depend on their responsibilities, the value of time become differ. I agree with me? Right. So here the basic idea is the time is same for all, but outcome is not same. Why? What matters most is how you see yourself. How you see yourself is the most important factor to decide the value of your time. Okay, just I will give you some idea, more idea about this. How you see yourself? Let's have a score 1 to 10, right? The least one is worthless person. The best one is worthy person. If somebody sees himself or herself, I am a worthless person, then the value of their time will become poor. If he or she sees I am a worthy person, then the value of time will become more powerful. So you have to always observe where are you with respect to your task. How do you see yourself? How do you yourself in terms of the task in front of you? I'm a worthy person or worthless person. So worthy person always they have a different mindset and their behaviors are different compared to others. Okay, even sometimes they may be little in terms of their age or experience or qualification, but what kind of mindset they have, that will impact their worthiness. So when you are feeling that I'm a worthy person, okay, so what are the reflection? You feel responsible, isn't it? You feel responsible. What else? What are the other indication reflection we can see if you think yourself a worthy person? Could you please tell me one or two reflections? So I have shown you one of them. Feel responsible is one of the reflection you have when you feel you are a worthy person. We will lead, okay? Tahir says we will lead. If you think you are a worthy person, you will feel you will realize that you can lead. Okay, very good. You will feel excellent. Okay. Hmm. William Jimu says excellent. What else? All of you can type, huh? I think we have, mashallah, 100 participants here. Excellent. So all of you can type your opinions here in the chat box. Mm. Okay, please go ahead. Right. So feel responsible is one of the reflection. Another reflection is value what you have. So you know about yourself, isn't it? Your spiritual strength, your physical strength, your financial strength, your academic qualification. So if you assess yourself, you know about yourself. So you worthy people who thinks they are worthy people, they always value what they have. They don't just compare with some other people and they get inferiority complexity. No. If you feel inferiority complexity, that means you are becoming worthless person gradually. So the thing is, if you think you are a worthy person, you automatically you value what you have, right? Another reflection is look for opportunities. They don't just stop by facing some issues. They just look for opportunities. If I cannot do this now, what are the other options? What are the other alternatives? Always they look for opportunities. They come up with new ideas because they think I am a worthy person for this kind of work, for this kind of job. Then they save and serve others. They protect others, save, and they help others because they think I am a worthy person to help people in terms of anything. It could be an advice, it could be financially, it could be education, it could be any physical support, anything, right? Then make positive impact. So wherever they go, whatever they do, they bring positive change in people's life, positive impact. And they feel accountable to whom? To Almighty, the one who created. So these are some of the reflection. But the condition is the worthiness should be based on what? Your meaningful ambition. That means you must feel your worthiness based on your meaningful ambition. For example, if a mango seed says I'm a worthy because I can become an orange tree, it is not a worthy reflection, isn't it? Because the ambition is not meaningful. So the condition is you must have meaningful ambition. Then based on that, you need to think about yourself. So say, for example, say you want to you want to save the country at national level as a politician or as a education educator or as a healthcare officer, whatever, okay, or social worker, then it is very high, isn't it? Your worthiness is very high. Accordingly, you will reflect all of these reflections. Right. Now the question is, are you a time leader? So today I will give you some a tool to assess yourself so that end of the program you will realize what is your status. Am I a time consumer or time manager or time leader, right? But the condition is, I will repeat it again, you must have an ambition. So could you please write down what is your ambition? Not in the chat box, write down in your notebook. What is my meaningful ambition? I will give you 1 minute. Okay, just note down whatever come to your mind. Inshallah. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. I like all the comments, mashallah, all of you are active. So, whenever you type something in the chat box, that means you are active and you learn. You are attached to the program, right? Excellent. Okay, so Could you please write down in your notebook what is your ambition? Then the rest of the slides will help you to assess yourself in terms of your ambition, whether you are a time leader or time manager or time consumer, inshallah. Okay, right. Are you a time leader? So we will discuss 5 elements, 5 key elements to assess yourself, whether you are a time leader or not. Number 1, consciousness. Number 2, life goals. Number 3, priorities. Number 4, time killers. Number 5, optimization. These are the elements. I have just given the keyword. I will explain them one by one, inshallah. So while I am explaining, you can assess yourself and write down your score out of 100. Then later you can add all of them to find out your time leadership index, inshallah. Okay. Now I am seeing here somebody says that ambition is to please Allah or Allah's pleasure. Yeah, it is the ultimate ambition of our life. But to please Allah, what you have to do in this world is your ambition in this world, right? For example, if somebody has the potential to uh, to discover something in terms of natural science, but he is doing in the field of accountancy, that means he is not doing according to his potential, right? Then I'm not sure about how much he can please Allah or how much he can win the pleasure of Allah. Why? Because he doesn't utilize the potential Allah has given to you. So if you want to please Allah, to get the pleasure of Allah, you need to work on your meaningful ambition, something in this world, right? So that's what all the prophets did, all the Sahabas did, all the historical personalities did. So I have to think about what is my meaningful ambition in this world, in this my life, right? Okay, so these are the 5 elements. Inshallah, we will explore now one by one briefly. As I said, this is a workshop, but I am giving you some highlights about these things to get to know about yourself, inshallah. Right, we have a tool. So what I will do, I will put all those 5 elements in this wheel, time leadership index. As I said, at the center of the wheel, we have ambition. It is very important, okay? And it must be a meaningful ambition, okay? Right. Now I put the elements like this. We have consciousness at the bottom, then life goals, priorities, time killers, and optimization. I will show you some statement to explain these elements. Then I will explain you one by one so that you can do an assessment personally. So these are the explanation. We have to fill the blanks. The coming slides will help you to fill your blanks. Don't write these things because whenever I show you, you can write down the statements. Okay, let's start with consciousness. What is that? Time consciousness. This is the element number 1, right? To assess yourself, whether you are a time consumer, time manager, time leader. Okay, time consciousness. What is this? I am accountable for my time before the one who created my time and myself. I'm accountable for my time before the one who created my time and me. Okay, this is the time consciousness. How much you are accountable, how much you feel towards accountability in terms of, towards Allah. So we can assess this element in 3 perspectives. I will show you one by one what you will do. So I will show you 3 sub elements. You read them and you put a score out of 100 for each element, right? Okay. Number 1, I respect my time. I review how effectively my time is spent. Think about yourself against this statement. How much you are aligned with this out of 100? So if you think I am exactly this statement, I respect my time, I review how effectively my time is spent, then you can score 100. But if you think, oh, not that much, I am 50 or 60, 40, just put that number not in the chat box, in your notebook. Okay, right? Because you need to add them and find out the final answer, so that if you type in the chat box, you may lose it. Done. Second statement is, I respect others' time. I am careful not to waste others' time. How much you are aligned with this statement? So you can assess yourself and put a score. So somebody says my sound is not clear. How about others?
It's
If
fine.
is unmuted, talk. Is this clear, brother?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all clear.
Okay, very good. Right. So second statement is, I respect others' time. I'm careful not to waste others' time. Third one, I pray God to bless me to gain the best out of my time. So assess yourself against these three. Individually put out of 100. Then you will add them and divide by 3, so that you will get an average number. So that is about your time consciousness score. Very good. Jazakumullah khairan for your reply. Right. It is a very simple math, okay? No complication. Only thing is, you need to put the right score without exaggeration or without underestimation. But later you can do this assessment, but now you just will do and see the results at the moment, inshallah. So let's move to the next one. So now you have found your consciousness score, right? I'm accountable for my time before the one who created my time and me. If you have this diagram with you, you can just mark out of 100, where are you now? So those who would like to have pictorial, view, visualize the things, they can do this kind of exercise. They can draw a diagram in their notebook and color it. Okay. Excellent. Now let's move to the second one. Life goals. So first one is very important. Second one's also very important. Okay. Right. Life goals. What is life goal? Here the statement is, set goals to ensure a productive life and live your life with those goals in your mind. It is not only setting goals, you should live these goals in your mind. Okay, now I will give you some idea quickly about how to set these goals. So when you talk about life goals, you have to think in different perspectives. For example, family perspective, your personal development perspective, education perspective, your wealth perspective, your health perspective, then your spiritual perspective, then your profession, your career. You may have more than this. Just I am giving you most important perspectives. There are 6. You may have 7, 8, 9, 10. But better to have maximum 6. If you put 10, 15, then you will never achieve the goals, right? So these are the major areas normally anyone, bother about. So you can write your own goals for each of these perspectives. Just I will give you an example, right? You don't need to follow this exactly, but you can follow this an example and make your own goal. As an education perspective, to become sufficiently qualified to lead my life productively. That you need to educate yourself for what purpose? To make your life productive, not to follow the courses. Following courses is not your objective, right? You need to follow the courses to become productive. We know that nowadays students or youth, they follow many courses without any direction. They spend a lot of money and time. Not like that. You need to focus on to become productive. Then you have to use this education for that purpose. And then wealth perspective, you may have a goal to become financially independent. Okay. Then health perspective, to become physically and mentally strong. Family perspective, to transform my family, to witness the love and kindness. So if you are married, or otherwise if you are part of a big family, your family must have love and kindness within the family, right? You may have a goal. Our family members should feel enjoy the love and kindness within the family, right? This could be a goal for you. Then, spiritual perspective, to become connected with the Almighty, to lead my life confidently. So, why the connection with Allah can get, how it possible to get confident? Because of the connection with Allah. What do you think? What is the connection between confidence and connection with Allah? What do you think? If you are not connected to Allah, you are connected to whom? If you are not connected to Allah, you are connected to yourself, your nafs, your hawa, or somebody else. So, human is designed such a way, whenever you are connected to Allah, you are strong. That is the original design of human being. If you connected somebody else, it could be own hawa or somebody else, you are already weak by default, right? So whenever you face a challenge, a problem in your life, any loss, okay, if you are connected to Allah, you can decide that, okay, ya Allah, please help me. You are the one knows me very well, my past, present, and future. You are not, giving hard time because you know about my strength, right? You are testing me. Each and every challenges you are giving me will bring barakah in my life. This kind of understanding will make yourself stronger, right? So spiritual strength is very important. It should be a goal. Then professionally, in career perspective, to become productive professional. So all of these things need a lot of explanation indeed. Okay. That's why I said this is part of a big workshop. Just I'm giving you some idea. Now, whenever you set these goals, then after you set goals, you need to set targets for each goals. Because, for example, if you say to become connected with Almighty is a vague goal, isn't it? It is not a smart goal. Then you have to put targets. For example, right? Say there are many spiritual activities in our life. For example, Salah. If you are a person performing Salah, but you are missing always Fajr prayer, you must have a target. Okay, before next week, I will fix this problem. I want to improve my Fajr. If you are a person performing all five Salah, but you don't feel the ruh, what do we call khushu, then you need to focus on that with the target. If you're a person you perform five salah but you are not performing tahajjud, set a target. If you're a person you read Quran but you don't understand, set a target. You have to put target for each and everyone so that day by day you will improve, inshallah. But the condition is again, all of these goals should align with your meaningful ambition. If you want to become say, uh, if you want to serve humanity by becoming a politician, then your life goal should support that direction. If you want to serve people by becoming a medical officer, then your life goal should support that. So knowing meaningful ambition is very important before you set your life goals, right? Okay, now let's assess ourselves against this statement. I will show you three statements. You can assess yourself out of 100, and same like the previous one, add them and take the average. Okay. I have goals related to all key areas in my life. So what are the key areas? I have shown you an example, 6 key areas. You may have 5, 3, no problem. So once you're aware about your key areas in your life, then if you have goals already there, then you are in a good condition. Then I spend my time with the goals in my mind. So when you put the goals in a paper, then the goals are in the paper. But goals must be in your mind, isn't it? If you don't have in your mind, then there is no faida, benefit by having goals. I review and revise my targets to enhance my productivity. As I said, each and every goal, you have to put some targets. So whenever you achieve your targets, you have to revise and increase the targets. Okay. So that is this one. I review and revise my targets to enhance my productivity. Assess yourself and see how much you are with respect to these three statements. Then take the average and you calculate your number. Then you can put here life goals. Okay, good. I hope you got the idea. Let's move to the third one. Work on priorities. What is this? Choose the work based on its urgency and importance. We'll do some small activity, inshallah. So you have some things like this: one jar, some rocks, some pebbles, sands, and water, right? If I ask you to put all of this inside the jar, what is the order you will follow? Which one first? Which one second, third, fourth? Thank you very much for your feedback about the program. Jazakumullah khairan. So what is the okay? Tahir Naim says biggest fest. Okay, good. Then second one, rock fest. Second one, what? Type the order. Then pebble, then sand and water. Okay, very good. You got the point. For those who already not aware, if you put the things in a different order, for example, if you put sand first and pebbles and rock, it will be like this, end up with this. You will have some balance, right? But if you put the rock, what will happen? Then when you put the pebbles, it will fill the gaps. Still there will be gaps. Then you can put the sands, then you can put the water. So you can put all of those things inside the jar, right? So here what we talk is priority. So each and every item, rock, pebble, sand, water, these are kinds of works in front of you. So if you fail to understand which one is rock, which one is pebble, which one is sand, you will confuse your life. You will misled by wrong priorities. Okay, that's why it is important. So say we have this diagram, then I will show you which is pebble, which is rock. Rock is the big one. What is that? Urgent and important task. These are rock. So if you have a list of activities in front of you, choose which one is urgent and important. That is your rock activity. What is pebbles? The next size. It is important but less urgent. What is sand? Urgent but less important. Then water is less urgent, less important. So you can categorize them into 4 groups. Same like this. Okay. Urgent and important, urgent, less important, less urgent and important, and less urgent, less important. So here rock, pebbles, sand, water. So prioritizing mean what? You have to prioritize based on the urgency and importance of your task. Now the next question is, how do you decide which is urgent, which is important? Based on what criteria? The criteria is the highest criteria is your meaningful ambition. The second level criteria is your life goals and the targets. So any activity, whatever activity directly connected to your meaningful ambition is important for you, right? Then next level is goal and the targets. Urgency is come when the deadline comes, isn't it? Okay, good. So now let's quickly assess yourself with respect to these statements. The first one is, I prepare my daily schedule the night before. Now, before you sleep, you write down what are the things you need to do next day or next week. Okay. Then you prioritize them based on this idea. Which one is rock, pebble, sand, water? So always you focus on what? Rock. So I know urgent and important task in my daily life. The first one is preparing daily schedule. It is not about classifying about your work. Just if you have a habit of preparing a daily schedule, maybe in writing or typing in your mobile phone, or you can think about yourself before you sleep, depend on your style. But if you have that practice, then the first one. Second one is what? I know urgent and important tasks in my daily life. You know how to classify them. And normally you do it. If you are doing that, you'll get higher score here. The third one, I am watchful about the less important and less urgent task. Why? Because if you prioritize this kind of task in your life, always you will delay towards your meaningful ambition, right? You will delay by them. They will waste your time and resources. So you must be watchful towards them. Right. Could you please give me one example? Less important, less urgent task in our life. Hmm? I know you cannot give an example. Why? It is depend on your ambition. Some activity may be less important, less urgent for somebody. For another person, maybe it is rock, right? So you cannot give example. It is depend on your ambition and your life goals. Good. So here, one person says watching sports and TV. Yeah, it is a less urgent, less important task for somebody, not in a sports industry. But if you have a mission or ambition to become somebody in sports, then you must watch. Otherwise, you will be out of the industry, isn't it? It will become your rock. For example, Ronaldo, he has to watch something in sports because that is his life and ambition, isn't it? So it depends on your ambition and life goals. Now you can assess yourself um, against this statement. Yeah, priorities are changing depend on the time. That's what we say is urgency. For example, while you are a student, your priority is different. While you are a teenager, youth, and your father or mother, you are a manager in a company. Depend on the situation, the priorities will change. Good. So now you can assess here. Okay. So already you have three score in previous slide. Then take the average and put. Now let's focus on avoid time killers. This is a very interesting part, right? Time killers. Who is your time killer? So whenever people read this statement, they immediately think about somebody else. Because killer means somebody else, isn't it? They don't think maybe I'm the killer of my time. Okay. So avoid
Yes, I think we lost Dr. Muhammad. Let's wait for him. Yeah, Dr. Nismy told us that his laptop is in restart mode and soon he will be back.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. We can hear you.
Mashallah, natural break. I'm very sorry for that. My laptop restarted again. I don't know why. So we got a natural break. Alhamdulillah. So within these few minutes or few seconds, I think you was able to review, isn't it? Digest. Okay, let's move to the topic, inshallah. Okay, we'll discuss about time killers now. Okay. Right, time killers. We are talking about time killers. Avoid or minimize the effect of time killers. This is one of the key elements as the time leaders we have to focus on. Okay, good. So we'll discuss three different perspectives or three different time killers in our life. Okay, one, people, others. Others mean they are not your enemies. Okay, they may be your close friends, close relatives, colleagues, anyone. Okay, then procrastination. It is about yourself. Then personality. It is about yourself. So we will discuss in three different uh, perspectives. Procrastination means what? It's very simple. It is about delaying an urgent and important task. If you have categorized a rock type of activity, if you delay them, then it is procrastination. Why people do this? Why people delay urgent and important tasks? Even though it is urgent and important, why you will delay it? What are the reasons? No clear deadline. If somebody assign you a task, but they don't give you a clear deadline, then you will postpone it, isn't it? Because it becomes less important. Why? Or less urgent. Because there's no deadline. So naturally you will delay it. So always you need to, if anyone give you a task, you must ask the deadline. You must ask the deadline, then only you can become a successful person or you can work on productively. Otherwise you will delay and your image will be damaged. So any task given to you, ask them deadline. Even if you set your own task, set a deadline. The inadequate resources. If you don't have sufficient resources, you will delay it, isn't it? Then where to begin? If you don't know, if you are not aware about where to begin, where to start, you will delay it. Lack of passion. So you involve in certain activities, you don't have passion towards them. So you will always avoid it, right? You always involve in whatever you're passionate for you. Then fear of failure. So these are some of the reasons people delay the things. So for first one, always you have to set a deadline. Second one, even though you don't have sufficient resources, you need to start because there is no way to get 100% sufficient resources to start anything. All the successful projects start with lack of resources in the world. So even though you find resources are insufficient, you have to start it. Where to begin? If you don't know where to begin, just begin it. Then you will see whether you did right or wrong. But you should begin. Lack of passion? Yes. You cannot expect everything according to your passion in this life. Certain things you need to do because of the responsibility you hold, okay, or the situations you have. You have to do it. So don't wait until you get everything according to your passion. Fear of failure. Again, failure is part of journey, part of life. So don't stop anything because you have a fear of failure. Start, fail, and you redo it better than the previous one. So with this kind of mindset, you can avoid this time killer, which is within you. Okay, within you, nobody else. Then the next interesting time killer is personality. So we can divide people into many groups. Each and every human is unique, isn't it? So, but we can see them in four different groups. So there are some people, they are very good in listening. There are some people, they are assertive in terms of their activities. And some others, they do deep searching before they take decisions. And some people, they are talkative. Okay. So if you are one of them, for example, if you are a talkative person, so what you will do in terms of time? You cannot stop yourself, isn't it? Then you will kill your time. Always you look for some people to talk. Then you sometimes you will forget your priority and you kill your time yourself. So you must be aware about what is your personality, and you have to cautious about uh, from killing your time. For example, if you are a listener, so you meet a guy, he started to talk to you something irrelevant to you because of your personality as a listener. You just with them listen to them, right? So you will kill your time by listening to them. So in this case, you must be aware about yourself, and you have to find out the strategy how to escape from that kind of things without hurting people, right? If you're a deep searcher, you will not make decision until you find everything, all the details. By that time, project might go delay. So you have to set some limitations or some targets. What information I must need to start the things, and start with them. Later, you can improve with more details, more information. And if you are a assertive person, okay, sometime you will make fast decision and you start the work immediately. It's good. But if you make the wrong decision and start a work, then you have to redo the work, isn't it? That means you are killing yourself, not yourself, your time. So these are the personality issues may kill our time. So how we can avoid this? How we can minimize this? By awareing, by having awareness about ourselves, and we can minimize. We cannot 100% avoid, right? It is natural. End of the day. The third killer is what? People, others. Maybe your colleagues, your boss, your subordinate, your husband, your wife, your children, your friends. So they are more closer to you. You must be respectful, respect to them, love with them. You should not hurt them. So whenever they cross, okay, you, for example, while you are working on urgent and important task, whenever they come and interfering, that means they are becoming a time killer in that context. Not they are time killer by always in that context. By this time, you need to face them in such a way to avoid hurting them. So people, those who kill your time, should be handled positively and assertively. Honest explanation. Give them what you are doing, in what kind of work you are involved, how much it is. Depend on the people, right? You don't want to explain to everyone everything. Depend on the person. You need to explain them honestly, clarify your reasoning, why you cannot spend time with them or you cannot talk with them. Give an alternative time or schedule. Assertive refusal. Sometimes, with some people, you need to assertive enough to refuse. Okay, I cannot now, maybe later. Not with all. Depend on the closeness, with people. Because if you fail to handle them in a positive and assertive manner, you will lose them. They may misunderstand you, and they will become uh, not enemy, but they may not help you in a different situation whenever you need them. Okay. So, for example, while you are busy with an urgent and important activity, so somebody come and ask something, then you can say, yes, I love to help you, but I don't have time until this time. After that, I can help you until this week, until this day. So then that person will understand, isn't it? Inshallah. I can't right now because I have another work that is due by this time today. After that, we can talk. So this is a very alhamdulillah, very honest and positive refusal. I don't have time today, but I could schedule it in for another day, right? So I understand how you feel, but I cannot help you now. Okay. So I am uncomfortable doing that because, for example, if that person comes and talk to you, share with you something not interesting to you, then you can say, I'm uncomfortable to do that. You can assertively refuse so that you can minimize the effect of time killers. So here I already have mentioned here smart no. Smart no mean what? This is the way we have to know, say no smartly, right? It is not that you stand up and put the suit and coat and say no. It is not smart no. No, saying no positively but and assertively without hurting your friends and neighbors and people around you. So we can minimize the effect of this kind of time killers by saying smart no. Excellent. Now let's do a quick assessment. I will show you. I understand my natural weaknesses that may kill my time. Are you aware about your personality? Are you a talkative person or listener or deep researcher or assertive person? How much you aware? That much you can avoid minimize the impact of this issue. Put a score for this statement. When I say smart no. I say smart no to people steal my time. They're not stealing, they just want to talk to you. They just want to share some information with you. Okay, they are friendly. But here just I'm putting stealing. Why? In terms of your focus on urgent and important tasks, you have limited number of hours. If somebody take half an hour, it is stealing. That's why I put steal. So I say smart no to people steal my time. Then I always do important and urgent tasks without delay. Assess yourself against these statements and come up with your score and make the average. Take the average and mark here. Alhamdulillah, now we have done 4 out of 5. Then we'll move to the last one, inshallah. Optimization. So we know that how much we should be conscious about our time, and we have to set life goals, and we have to live with that in our mind. We have to prioritize our tasks based on urgency and importance. Then we have to careful about time killers. Now we are focusing on optimization. So with respect to all of these 5 elements, if you understand yourself, then you can think about where am I in terms of time leadership. Optimization. Optimize the time. What is this? The smart techniques to get the work done time consciously and productively. So whenever you are assigned with a task, whenever you start to do a work, how much you use smart techniques to minimize the or optimize the time, to minimize the waste of time. Okay, I will show you 3 techniques. You may have your own experiences, definitely, but I don't have time to listen to you, unfortunately, now. I believe all of you may have your own way to approach. I will share with you 3 of them. Okay, you can assess against each one of them. Number 1, write 3M. Write 3M. Right here, Humat says time management is an important part of teaching, but I need to work on it. Yes, excellent. Right. Write 3M in one. Then we have mindful communication, then effective delegation. These are the 3 techniques. Right time, right 3M in always use right material, right methods, right manpower to avoid reworks. So if you don't use the right material, right methods, right manpower, you'll end up with less productive work. Then you have to work again, isn't it? Reworking mean what? You have to spend some more time. Not only time, you need to spend more money for rework. Mindful communication mean what? Prepare yourself before communicate. Provide right and sufficient information. So if you don't provide sufficient and correct information, the one who listen to you may not do what you expect from them. So then you have to rework again. That means inadequate information cause delay and loss of time and money. Effective delegation mean what? When you are busy with rocks, what is rocks? It is not, I'm talking about rock profession. It is about urgent and important tasks. Whenever you are busy with them, Assign the pebbles to right people. Pebbles mean what? Important but less urgent. Assign them to right people. Right mean what again? They must be qualified to do that. Otherwise, you have to do again, rework. So if you find able people than you, assign the rocks and get the work done on time. Say now you have a rock work, but you find somebody they can do it better than you. Then assign them so that they will finish the work on time in a better way than you. Okay, this is effective delegation. Please assess yourself against these 2 3 techniques and get a score. Excellent. Okay, now you can, your score, right? So those who are interested in visualizing things, you can draw a diagram like this and put yourself and see how much you have gap in each area. So you have 2 different views. One, how much you have filled. Another perception is how much you have gap. Right? Okay. Now you have 5 different scores, points. Add them, divide by 5 to get a single answer. So that is your time leadership index. Now let's see where are you now? Are you a time leader or time manager or time consumer? Okay. Right. Now you have this diagram. Against each criteria, each element, if you mark down, if those points fall within the bronze color, you are a time consumer. That means 0 to 4. In this wheel, there are 10 lines, okay, 10 circles, 0 to 4. If you average or if your mark is 0 to 4, it is about time consumers. You need to work hard. You have to go to intensive care, right? You have to work very hard to get a strong treatment to improve yourself. Otherwise, big problem, inshallah. May Allah protect us. Because when we meet Allah in the day of judgment, then Allah will ask, I have given you this much of time, but you did. You cannot say I was just a consumer, isn't it? You have to prepare now. Allah already gave us the question paper. We have to prepare the answer, inshallah. If you are within the green color, 5 to 7, you are a time manager. That means you are managing your time, you organize yourself, right? But if you are here, you are a time leader. That means you are leading. That means you are seeing the time as a resource. Time managers, they do everything to fit to the time. That is the different. Time manager, they have sufficient number of hours to work. So they try to fix all the activities to cover the time. But time leaders, they see time itself as a resource because they are driven by a meaningful ambition. That means they are naturally motivated because they are talking about what? A natural ambition, isn't it? So they are born for that. They go for them money, wealth, health, time, everything, resource. They try to get maximum out of them to achieve what they want. This is the way people, those who contributed in the world, in the history, or contributing now, they are working. You cannot. They are not limited by their time. They work, right? Okay, excellent. So this is the last slide. So now 10:24. Okay, my time, Turkish time. I'm in Turkey, so my Turkish time 10:24. How about your brother there in Pakistan?
It's 12:24.
Excellent. So 6 minutes. 6 minutes we have. Right. Good. Alhamdulillah. First of all, I should thank the organizers, Brother Ihsan, and the brother who is moderate. What is your name,
Ijaz.
brother? Hijaz.
Sajjad.
Okay.
Sajjad.
Okay, hijab. Then the participants, mashallah, most of them are very active. They have given all the, replies whenever I ask questions. Mashallah, I think they learn a lot, right? Okay, brother. Now it is up to you for the next few minutes, inshallah.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Muhammad, for a very productive and informative session. If there is any quick question, we have 5 minutes. You can raise your hand and we can let you speak. Anyone has any quick question? Shazia Beg. Okay. You want to ask a question? Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
If you don't have any question, if you are very clear, just type C in the chat box so that we'll know that you got the clear about the subject, inshallah. Oh, mashallah. Very good. Excellent.
Ilyas Aliyar.
Yeah.
Can you mute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Walaikum salam.
Jazakumullahu khair kullal jaza for your nice presentation and meaningful discussion as well with us. At the same time, I have a question on what about the the social media currently? They are killing all our times. Some people they use for benefits, and some people, well, sometimes the children especially, or the time consumers using the social media mostly, but without any benefit. Can you say anything about that? That's a very big time killer this time socially.
Jazakumullah khair, brother Ilyas, for your question.
Thank you.
It is one of the common questions everyone asks. The answer should be, I think we have to customize the answer depend on the person, as I said earlier. People who are in digital media industry, they must be in social media. Otherwise, they will not have business, right? For others, for them, we have to educate them through enhancing their responsibility. For adult people, we can talk about whatever I explained to you now, especially to have a meaningful ambition for their life, right? So those who have meaningful ambition, those who discovered the purpose of their life, yes, they will use the time more efficiently. For others, for especially children, they are very young to make decision. So in this case, we need to guide them in a friendly manner. Okay. So there is no shortcut for this, I believe, because now social media has become the mainstream. Not those days, it was like something somewhere. Now it is mainstream. The world is run by social media now. So in this situation, we need to optimize the social media usage rather than stopping 100%. We need to educate them how we can benefit from that, right? So I think that is the way I am doing. So I hope I answered the question.
Jazakumullah khair. I think we have run out of time. Faizan wants to ask a question, but I think we have to cut it now. In the middle, due to some technical reasons, we lost the live stream. So, but the recording is done. We have the recording and we'll be uploading the recording on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. Again, thank you very much, Brother Muhammad, for your time. And we had a full house today. We had about 100 people, and there were dozens on the social media as well. Unfortunate for those on the social media, they lost us. We apologize for that. We are having this difficulty. We had this in the last lecture as well. Okay, we'll try to fix it as much as possible and as soon as possible. And we'll be back with another interesting lecture next month. We usually hold our lectures on the last weekend of every month. So probably around the 30th of July, we'll be coming back with another interesting lecture. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.